Hey everyone, it's Ben here from the Bonehead Podcast, and welcome to episode 1 of Roster Rumble, the participation competition where you send in Blood Bowl rosters to us based on our specifications. We pick some of our favourites, and using the science known as TheoryBowl, we argue about who we think would win. We've got some great rosters for you today, and to that end, today's co-host and opponent, today's co-opponent is Ben Bloodtithe.
Hello again.
How you doing? You okay?
Yep, I'm looking forward to this.
Good. Okay, fantastic. So before we get started, let's go over how we're going to do this. We are each going to take a turn to talk through our list of the day, who sent it in, what the team is, what the skills are, what the strategy is, and when we're done, we're going to flip for the kick. After that, it's all TheoryBowl until a winner is decided. If, however, neither of us can convince the other of a clear winner, we are prepared for such an event. We have sought the services of a game referee who's also looked at the list we've chosen and has picked a tiebreaker. They won't be joining us live on the line, but they will have a recorded message for us if we need to go to the referee to sort out a tie. And today's game referee is going to be Ian Warhanam. Okay, all sorted. So, Ben, feeling good about your list?
I'm confident. I think it can go far.
Fantastic. Right, in that case, let's go to the lists. So first up, we are going to go to Ben's list. Ben, talk us through what the list is, who sent it in, what you're running, and what the plan is.
Okay, this list will be sent in by George. I'm not going to attempt the last name.
Christodoulou. This is the chap who runs the Sydney Bowl events in Australia.
Oh, excellent. Yes, I do remember George now. So we did have a couple of teams sent in that were Underworld, like this one is.
Underworld are a popular team for Star Sevens.
Yes. A couple of things stood out to me for this. This is the mean green. So we have obviously Skaven and Goblin influences, but this one is pretty much a mutated Goblin team with Skaven stars, which I quite enjoyed. It kind of has that theme of the Skaven being the elites leading the Goblins. So I'll have a little read of what George sent in to talk about this team. So he's saying their strategy is attrition. So he says the team is designed to inflict injuries with some claws to take out the armored teams and stab the less armored teams. It's backed up by a few extra skills like guard. And it's basically saying the 2 stars will do most of the work, just backed up with a little bit of a contingency of some good goblins. Should we go through the roster?
Yeah, hit us with the roster. Cool.
So we've got a troll, an underworld troll, which means he gets mutations, and he's taken claw, which is great on a big guy. We have 3 skilled up goblins. So one has guard, which is a bold pick for a goblin.
Using the double there for this is a tier 3 team without Skaven, you see.
Yes, it is. So we've got a goblin with guard, and we have another goblin with leader, which we'll reroll in 7s. And we've also got another goblin with big hand, which I think is an interesting pick because it's not a skill you see often, and that's what kind of drew me to this team.
No, I love it. It's very, very unusual. Normally with the Underworld Goblins, you're looking at 2 heads for that 2+ dodge everywhere, but big hand is a 3+ pickup everywhere. So it's a 3+ dodge in anywhere, 3+ pickup anywhere, and a 3+ escape anywhere. I would be surprised if that didn't come up in our TheoryBowl.
Yeah, and so then we've got the stars of the show, literally. We have 2 star players. We have Glart Smash Rip, and we have Skitter Stab Stab. So Glart is a movement 5, strength 4, edge 2. What is he?
He is a big Skaven.
Yes, so not quite Rat Ogre, is he? He's just a big Skaven. Yeah, so he's got Loner, Block, Claw, Grab, Juggernaut, Loner, Stand Firm. So he's got a huge skill package for a pretty reasonable 190k, especially at strength 4.
Okay, so we're looking at 2 claw for the team.
Yeah, with the troll and Glart. There's going to be quite a lot of armor shredding here.
That's messy.
Yeah, and then we've also got Skitter Stab Stab he's a gutter runner, an elite gutter runner, with Loner, Dodge, Prehensile Tail, Shadowing, and Stab, so he can run around stabbing off the weak, squishy guys. But I think also what's quite interesting is how he will play with the big hand, because the big hand could do the tricky pickups that are caused by the smashy big guys. hand off to get stab to then leg down pitch.
Absolutely. So, movement 9, edge 4.
Yeah,
You've got to love
catch
those. Yeah, you've got to love that. Catch, like you said, catch on a 2+, and then get the heck out of there. Gutter runners are very good in 7s if they can survive.
Yeah, so that's going to be the key thing there. So I think this is a really solid, well-rounded team. It does everything pretty well. The average strength sucks, but I think it's evened out a little bit by having a strength 5 and a strength 4 piece there.
Absolutely. You've got two big bashy pieces there. You've got a troll. Now, I'm not convinced on trolls in 7s. I think they're great fun, but not superior. But you've got a good troll. So you've got a throw teammate angle there, failing that. But you've got a gutter runner with a cheeky bit of stab action as well. And you've got Glart, who is an absolute powerhouse. So, and you've got 9 players as well. So there's reserve there. You've got leader. You've got a cheeky bit of guard in the Underworld Goblin. And let's face it, Underworld Goblins, they're 3+ everywhere. You put guard on the side, you blitz with the Goblin, he gets +1 strength. You're generally speaking getting a 1-die block. So could be very exciting. But yes, like you said, the average strength is low. So looking at the wobble ratings for this, we've got a throw rating of 27.78, power rating of 28.89, a toughness 27.22, and a speed rating of 30. Overall team rating of 28.47.
So not brilliant. Not brilliant. But I think
brilliant.
It can pull off some ridiculous plays.
I absolutely think you're right. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this team fights off. Let's have a look at our next team. Let's have a look at my pick for the day. Tap tap. We've got Triple Threat. So this is from MarkP. He didn't actually give the team a name, but from going through the notes and going through the roster, this team has a triple threat, and it is a vampire team. So it's a really interesting build. We've got a vampire, we've got 4 thralls, and we've got 2 star players. So straight off the bat, the vampire gets block. So this is a tier 3, so it's tier 2 for vampires, isn't it? So you've got two normal and a double. The double's been used to give leader on the thrall, which I think is pretty standard behavior, and another one's got sure hands. Again, pretty standard. So we've got a vampire, 6/4/4/8 with block. He's got bloodlust and regeneration. So this guy's pretty good. And then he's supported up by absolutely 2 powerhouses. We've got Wilhelm Cheney, 8/4/3/8, Loner Catch, Claws, Frenzy, Regen, and Wrestle. Cheeky 240, expensive, but really, really good. And we've got Goral Bloodshuka, 7/3/3/7. So we're talking a ghoul here. And we've got Loner, Catch, Dodge, Sure Feet, and Wrestle. And a cheeky 3 fan factor left over. So I'm just going to have a quick look at Mark's notes here. So Thrall is the initial ball carrier, with Wilhelm and Goral potential scorers both having Catch. Those 2 guys solve the slow movement of the vampire team. Vampire opens up gaps in the line and cage corners for scorers to run through or to throw blocks. I mean, we've got him being strength 4 block, but also you've got Hypnotic Gaze there, and you do have 1 reroll with leader. Goral used as a sweeper on defense, able to dodge free and wrestle opposing players to the ground. Wilhelm's Frenzy can also clear 1/2 of cages, and the Hypno Gaze opening up the other side. Only 1 vampire, so bloodlust issues shouldn't be too much of a problem. And let's face it, who doesn't want to play a team with a vampire, a werewolf, and a star ghoul? And you know what? I'm on board with that massively. So we have got triple threat. For the wobble ratings, we've got throw rating 31.43. We've got a power rating of 34.29, which is like 5 points clear of your team. Toughness rating 26.79, so not massively tough. Speed 32.14, and an overall of 31.16. So a slight advantage on the wobble ratings, with throw being higher, power being higher, toughness actually being a bit lower, but speed being a little higher as well. So overall slightly higher. So these wobble ratings are put together by average of stats and skills in specific areas, so give us kind of a breakdown of how we think the team is going to perform. So how are you feeling about the teams matching up now, Ben?
I think it'll be quite interesting. I think tier-wise, Underworld and Vampires are kind of on this similar level.
Yeah, they're 2.5 tier 2.5s, aren't they?
I think having 2 stars kind of is a nice balance as well. I think they're pretty evenly matched, I think your team is definitely going to be on the aggressive, and I think my team's going to be making aggressive plays to help the speed. Like, I'm going to be wanting to score really quick, whereas I don't think you would want to score as quickly.
I think you're going to want to score quickly, but
Yeah.
make it count from a casualty point of view.
Yeah.
You've got goblins in reserve for billions, and to be quite honest with you, you've got a troll and a glart, so you've got 2 bruisers. This team is basically only 3 bruisers and 3 absolute dregs of players. So losing one positional on the triple threat vampire team is going to hurt much more than you losing troll or glart or skitter.
Yes.
I think that could be pretty key. Just want to say shout out to all those coaches sending in your rosters. It's absolutely fantastic. Obviously we've chosen these 2 for episode 1, and get in contact with us because I have a roster rumble dice ready to send to you as your reward for participating. Because who doesn't love dice? So Ben, you all set?
I'm all set.
Okay, fantastic. Right then, let's flip for the kick, and by flip for the kick I mean roll for the kick. We are linked into Roll20 here, so Ben, I want you to call it high or low, and then I want you to roll a d6.
I'm going to call low because I've got a lot of stunties.
Okay, so hit that d6. It's a 2. Okay, so you win the kick. Before you choose, we need to roll weather. So hit us up with the weather button. I don't know if you see the weather button on there, Ben.
I can find the weather button.
Should be.
You hit me up with the weather button. How about you do it?
I'm gonna hit weather. Here we go. So we've got nice weather. Ben, hit us up with 2d6 for your fame.
Yep, no problem.
Okay, 5. Any fan factor on your team?
That is a good question.
I can bring it up on the screen, don't worry.
Yeah, let's have a check.
No fan factor, so that is
No
a roll
fan
of a 5. And would you do me the honour of rolling 2d6 for me? And I'm adding 3.
Yep, no problem. I think you're probably going to get this. Yes, just about.
Just. Okay, so we've got to remember the weather's good, and I get fame +1 to this. But now it's kickoff time, and you've won the toss. Are you going to be kicking or receiving?
I think I will receive.
Okay, so I'm going to be kicking to you. So let's talk through the setups. So I have got this triple threat team. I've got to deploy all of my guys on the line. This is a game of 7s. So I'm just going to go 4 thralls spread across the front and deploy my big hitters a little bit back so that you can't get a decent blitz against them, and I'm spread wide. My strategy for this is I'm going to kick, and I'm going to let you come to me in the first turn. I've got my big hitters, and I'm just going to let you come in, and then I'm going to counter punch. That's my plan. So talk me through your setup and talk me through your kicking, your receiving strategy.
Okay, so I'm going to play this as score in 2 turns.
Okay.
Using Skitter. So I'm going to position my goblin probably in the middle, the big hand goblin.
Okay,
to try and get the ball. And I'll position Skitter somewhere on the sidelines to kind of run up to get in range of the scoring.
Yep. Of the scoring. Yeah.
Of the scoring. I will have the troll and Glart leading the charge on the front line. I hope you've positioned back, so I'm going to try and... I probably won't be able to blitz in 1 turn without a couple of go for it with Glart.
Yeah.
Yep. So I'm likely going to be spending my first turn positioning to an aggressive front cage, protecting Skitter and the big hand goblin, who will hopefully pass off to Skitter.
Okay. I think that's a very, very solid strategy. So I'm looking at your team, I'm looking at the gutter runner, I'm looking at the big hand guy, I'm looking at your movement, and I'm just going to drop the kick just in front of the line. Okay, nothing absolutely special here. What we do need to do real quick is hit the kickoff table. So the kickoff is cheering fans, so we need to both roll a d6. I'm going to get there in with mine. I roll a 5.
Alright, I will roll a 2.
Okay, so a 2 for you and a 5 for me, so I get a reroll, which can be quite big, What it does mean, though, is cheering fans, nothing exciting happens, nothing too dangerous happens, which means the ball lands around about mid-pitch. So actually, I think it's pretty reasonable that your team's going to be able to progress up, grab the ball, and then position kind of midfield. So you're going to go for a side cage here, yeah?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, so side cage for you. Which again, I don't think is too unreasonable.
I think I'll have the troll and Skitter on the 2 corners at the front, and then it's kind of just goblins swarming them.
Right. So let's have a look at what my team is likely to do in in regards to that. So you've got a side cage, you've got some goblins around it to try and build it up. Your gutter's now in a position where it can score next turn, basically, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. What can our team actually do to stop that? I think we can definitely get on the side of the cage, and I think what we'd do is we'd use our team, and we've got claws, we've got a bit of frenzy, we've got some wrestle. One of them, probably Wilhelm, goes in, supported by a couple of thralls, and just applies pressure onto the side of the cage just to make you roll those dodges, make you actually have to make some action. And then we'll kind of put a little screen towards the back with my guys. We've got Goral at the back with a couple of thralls, and the vampire's kind of middling. What it means is that for you to score that second turn touchdown, you've actually got to roll some dice to get in there. What do you do?
Okay, so assuming Cheney's frenzied his way and carrier, would that be a reasonable thing to happen?
Yeah, he's on the gutter, or he's in the gutter's way.
Okay, I think what I might do in return is try and stab and run. So maybe blitz with Skitter. And do the old stab and run on Cheney.
So a cheeky stab and run. Right, I'm going to make you roll that armor. 2d6.
Okay.
Go for it.
Let's give it a go. Ooh, interesting.
7. No, it's not enough. It's not enough.
Yeah.
So you make the stab, that's fine. I think you get the dodge pretty easy, and realistically, you get the touchdown on turn 2.
Do you reckon?
I do. I don't think I could stop it. You know, it's not with without a pair of wands, and I think that's quite unlikely. I'm happy to concede a turn 2 touchdown.
Okay.
Because that means I'm getting the ball back on turn 2.
Yes, so you actually kind of want that.
I do, because now I've got the control of the second half. Okay, so end of your turn 2, you score using the skill of the gutter. So that means I'm going to get it back, and I'm going to have 5 turns of my half. So you're going to kick to me. Who have you got on the pitch? What's your plan?
So everyone's still on the pitch. We had a pretty quick turn. I'm going to probably take... I'm considering, taking Skitter out. Because you've got a smashy team, I need him to score, and I've got so many free goblins. I don't think having him here is going to do much, and I'd rather protect him from your key players. So I think I'm going to sub him for a goblin.
Yeah, I mean, you've got the troll, you've got Glart, and you've got a bunch of goblin chaff. What's your defensive strategy? Like, what's the plan here?
I think just try and slow you down. Throw goblins at you. Just try and stop Wilhelm from ripping everyone up. And just try and slow you, because you got what, 5 turns to score now?
I've got 5 turns.
So you've got loads of time, so I want to make it as hard as possible.
Okay.
And try and get 2-1 win on the next turn.
Okay, cool. I'm running my entire crew, obviously. I'm pretty sure that no one's out after the last round. I can't, you might have got one, but actually because of the speed you scored, there wasn't really the opportunity there for Glart to do any damage.
No.
So I'm still running basically an entire crew. Realistically, we've got an entire crew here. And it's going to be Shorehand Sky, middle of the backfield, in the sweet spot. The rules and basically everybody else up front. Are you going for a deep kick, a cheeky short kick? What's the plan here?
I would take it risky and go for a deep kick.
A deep kick, okay.
You've only really got the speed on Wilhelm, and he's going to want to be playing aggressively. So if I can try and slow down the vampire, who's probably going to be carrying the ball.
Surehands is going to be carrying the ball here.
Oh, Surehands, of course he is. Yeah.
And
even if I can slow him down.
He's in the back. He's in the middle of the backfield. So I tell you what, roll a kickoff table. We'll talk through what's likely to happen.
I'm going to riskily place it behind the 5.
Behind the 5. So deep.
3 spaces away.
All right. Go for it. What's the kickoff roll?
Let's do it.
It's a quick snap. So
interesting.
I'm going to move my thrall a little bit closer to the ball. I'm going to move everybody else up 1 square.
That's quite scary. It's going to help you out a lot.
That is. I do get the quick snap, don't I? Yeah, offense gets the quick snap. So yeah. So actually, I think you're going for a deep kick. I think it's realistic to say that either it's going to go out of bounds, and I'm going to give it to the thrall anyway. Or that thrall's going to be able to move, but it is probably going to cost a turn of movement for him to get on the ball, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what we'll do then is we'll move the team up a little bit. I don't think it's a great opportunity to go for any blitzes. Wilhelm is claws and he is strength 4, so there is an opportunity for him to go up against your big guy, right? To go up against Glart. And
I think,
but I think Wilhelm is kind of the scorer. Now, if he goes up and gets in a brawl with Glart and he doesn't pull it off, then it's gonna be costly.
Mm-hmm.
But he is
Likewise.
there. He is there to claws, though. He is there to claw him. So let's have a look at Glart's. Okay, so Glart's strength 4 and his armor 8. So, okay, let's say during this drive we move back a couple of guys to get the ball. Then we can move up the vampire and Glart, the vampire and Wilhelm Chaney, and Wilhelm Chaney will blitz Glart. So let's roleplay this out. Okay, we're going to assume that he can get the assist. Mm-hmm. Okay, whether it takes a cheeky dodge from a vampire or whether actually just because of spacing he gets that. Okay,
we're quick snaps that'll help with that. So
we get the extra movement. So this guy's got enough movement for him to be able to strike in and get it anyway. So he gets 2 dice. Ben, do me the honor of rolling 2 block dice.
Yep, let's do it.
There we go. He gets the pow. So he's going to knock him down. And then can you roll armor for me?
Let's do armor as well.
Let's see if this pays off. It's a 6. Doesn't get it.
Not quite.
Okay, so now we're in a position where actually the vampires have got the ball, but it's in their backfield, and 2 or 3 guys are up near your lines. Okay, having a brawl with Glart. Glart is on the ground now, and we've got the other guys kind of in the middle of the pack. So I think it's going to take a few turns for me to get the ball up. You are going to get an opportunity here for a counter strike with Glart or the troll. All right, what's your move?
At this point, I think I would have tried to blitz Wilhelm with the troll.
With the troll?
Yeah, with the strength advantage.
Okay, so he's going straight in there with 2 dice, and he also has claw.
He does.
All right.
The theory there. Should we see what would happen there?
Let's RP it, but I want to see only stupid. I want to see stupid with this guy.
Yeah, I think he's going to fail this.
Okay.
Oh, he smashes it.
6. He's raring to go. He moves in. He gets a 2-die block on Wilhelm Chaney.
Let's give it a go.
It's a double push.
You'll be all right.
He's going to be fine. Okay, cool. So, rest of the team, what are they? Are they moving in on the ball? Are they just surrounding the defenders? Are they just getting ready?
I think, assuming the troll would have then pushed Wilhelm off of Glart, Glart's then free to get up and move a little bit.
Move that sweet 2 spaces.
Maybe mark Wilhelm with the troll. Like, give him 2 juicy targets to go for. Why not?
Yeah,
perhaps. I think I'd throw a goblin at him because frenzy sucks when you have to do it against goblins. So he'd probably just move free, and then I'd try and swarm you with goblins and just give you no good block targets, but like 1 square away, so it just delays the advance.
Okay, so we're in a situation where the ball's in the backfield now, and we've got Wilhelm and the vampire, say, just up there in the lines, but okay, it looks bad for them, but they're taking up 2 of your only bruisers, right? And a goblin as well?
Yeah.
A couple of goblins as well? Okay, so what that does mean is that the rest of my team, the vampire team, we can use Growl Bloodshuka, who has got catch. So the thrall moves up, gives it to Growl, who's just about in the midfield now. That catch, she's going to get the catch, no problem at all. So she's going to move up to the opposite side of the pitch with the rest of our players. So Wilhelm's still down with the support. Oh no, just pushed him, so he's just marked. So the ball's on the other side of the pitch now. Okay, we've got almost a side cage going, and I think we're going to carry on with the Wilhelm Chaney battle. Now, if the troll's there and the goblin's there, I think he just has a go at frenzy blocking the goblin to free himself up. So he'll blitz, take it on the goblin. Even with a couple of supports in there, he's going to get 2 dice. Let's say, what was it? Okay, so he chases the goblin around. Maybe he takes the goblin out. Maybe he doesn't. But that brawl is still going on the left-hand side. We've got the ball on the other side. I don't know if the goblins that are left on your team are going to be able to stop me from scoring come turn 5. What do you think?
I don't think so either. Especially as you're going to have thralls in the way of any decent blitzes there.
We've got thralls. Wilhelm's on the left-hand side with the vampire, fine, but we've got thralls and we've got Bloodshuka, who's dodge strength 3, and they've got wrestle, but they've also got short feet. So we're looking at movement 9 here. Dodge.
I don't think with the pressure that Growl and Chaney are putting on
both sides.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be able to stop you from scoring there. So I'd say you were scoring a as well then.
Okay, so you're gonna get one turn left, but so far, best thing we've lost is maybe a thrall, maybe a goblin. We're even on numbers from a loss point of view. The big guys have whiffed against each other, which was useful. You know, I kind of thought claws would do something one way or the other, but actually, we had a little bit of a battle of them. It was a bit disappointing. So I'm going to be kicking to you for a turn. Let's roll the kickoff, Ben, and see if we get a riot. Let's pretend we set up and we're ready to go. But roll me a kickoff. I'm looking for a riot here. Otherwise, I think we just go to the half.
Yeah. Let's have a look. Kickoff.
Defensive shift. Yeah, nothing happens. So we go into the second half. So I kick to you.
No, I kick to you.
You kicked to me. Oh, I kicked to you in the first half.
You did kick to me in the first half. So I'm kicking to you now. Yeah.
Okay. So your strategy for the second half is 1-1.
Yeah. I will probably have to bring on, because I lost the goblin. I believe I'll have to bring on Skitter again.
Okay.
So I'm on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I'd have to bring him on. So I'll have both stars on this. I think I'll play it similarly. This time go a bit all in on the ball carrier, maybe at the expense of a few goblins. As long as I can knock the ball out of your hands and try and pick it up with big hand, I think I'm golden.
Well, this is it. So you've got the two bruisers you can set up on the line. You've got Skitter. So if you can mob with goblins and then strike with Skitter, then yeah, you've got a good opportunity at knocking that ball out. It just depends on whether you're going to go in with the big guy or with the sneaky, dodgy, stabby guy. But like you said, all you've got to do is get a turnover, and it can happen. So what we're going to do now is you're going to roll the kickoff and see if anything exceptional happens.
Right, let's give it a go.
Such a satisfying noise there. It's brilliant coaching. Okie dokie. So not a massive impact. Not a massive impact at all. Ben, give me a D6 here. Oh, okay.
You're going to be getting another reroll.
Okay, so it's fair to say the Vamps do have a reroll, which will be useful. That's leader and a standard reroll to keep things on track. So we get the ball. You kicking short or long this time, Ben? I'm going to try and I'm going to kick safe. I'm going to kick right in the middle. Right in the middle. Okie dokie.
Yeah.
So realistically, what's going to happen is the ball's going to land. The thralls are going to go around it. Sure hands will pick it up. And we've got the three guys. The three big guys are going to space out. They're going to go for a wild formation. Okay, we've got Wilhelm on the left. We've got the vampire on the right. We've got Wilhelm in the middle, the vampire on the right, and Goral on the left. Basically, the plan here is you get a blitz, and you get to choose one of the guys to blitz. There's a scoring opportunity on each of those sides. Wilhelm Cheney's movement 8. He's strength 4. He's going to blitz through your goblin shield no matter what happens. Goral is movement 7 with sure feet and dodge and strength 3. So she's going to be able to have a good shout at blitzing through. And the vampire is 4-4. So again, got a good opportunity here. So this is how we set up. We pick up the ball. We move up. The ball's behind our line of 3 absolutely boss players. Who do you go for? What do you do?
I think I'm going to be going for Wilhelm again.
Yeah, I knew you'd say that. I think that's the right choice.
I've got the claw. I can.
Now we're close enough. Not too much. With the middle of the pitch now, so you get to choose one to blitz.
Yeah, I'm going to be blitzing Cheney with Glart, I reckon.
All right. Do you want to roll it again?
Yeah, let's give it a go.
He gets the 2 dice. Take the 2 dice. Ooh,
oh no!
Pushing a skull. Glart is not earning his money.
He's not. I think. Here we go. I'm going to risk a loner reroll for that.
Ooh, okay. I want to see the loner roll here.
Okay, let's do it. There it is. Okay, so that's my leader gone.
So leader's gone. You're out of rerolls. You've taken the big hit. He's pushed him off the ball. Okay, now. Are we going for a spread defense formation? Are your goblins basing the other 3 scorers, or are you hanging back?
I think I've got to base. I've got to base aggressively. I've got to try and make you fudge a dice roll. Because as soon as I'm in there, I can stab. I can pick up the ball. So I think I'm going to be just going all on the offense. basing everyone.
Okay, cool. I can kind of see 2 on each guy, and then your gutter runner kind of a little bit behind, ready to strike. I think that's really good. I think that's a solid strategy that this team can pull off on defense. Okay, so triple threat. We're looking at this. We've moved up the ball a little bit. We've had a little bit of a brawl again. Wilhelm versus Glart. I can absolutely see us having another pop here. So middle of the field, we've got the Vamp. What we're going to do is we are going to go to the right hand side again. We're going to be looking for Shuka, Blood Shuka, to be our ball carrier. Okay, I know she's on 2 goblins at the moment. We're going to move the thralls up near her. Hopefully we can just get some support to block away. So thrall's still on the ball, but over towards Blood Shuka, helping her be able to block her way out of the puzzle. The Vamp, however, is going to go to the other side, and he's going to support there, probably with a spare thrall, and we're gonna take that 2-die block. We're gonna carry on the brawl, okay, because we're gonna have to keep fighting this out. So Wilhelm Cheney goes for a revenge block, 2 dice. We get 2 dice somehow. I'm sure it's fine. On Glart, Ben, hit us up.
Yep.
2 dice.
What he does.
Double
look at that.
Pow. Right, let's take it. So we're looking at claws. So we're looking at no mighty blow, and we do have wrestle. So it wouldn't have been too bad. So would you smash some armor dice there?
Oh, he breaks it with the claws.
Breaks it, and then hit us with an injury.
Oh, it's 1d6, 1d8, not 2d6.
Oh no, 2d6 is fine for injury. That's
sorry, what am I doing? I'm doing casualty.
He's fine. Yep, so he's stunned. So that takes Glart out of the picture.
Yeah.
So we're in a really strong position now. I assume the Troll's kind of midfield.
Playing safe, I think, because there were 2 threats. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, fine. So Wilhelm's winning on one side, and we've got the ball on the other. What do you do? It's like role-playing Blood Bowl.
Yeah.
This should have made our top 5 list on the episode.
So what's the defensive situation looking like for Blood Shuka?
Okay. Let's say she's based with 1 goblin left. She 2-die pushed 1 other goblin off, and she's got a couple of thralls around her. She's the corner of the ball cage now. Okay.
I'm going to blitz be one of the thralls with the troll.
Troll's going to come crashing into the cage. Okay, I like that.
Oh, actually, no, I'm not. See, I think I might take use of stab here.
You're going to sneak skitter in, take the stab.
I might try and move a couple more goblins to base it, to maybe even get a 1 die on a thrall to push one of the thralls away. So that's only a 3 or dodge with skitter.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Do you reckon a goblin could reasonably do a 1 die push?
Yeah,
Should we try it anyway?
Nah, that's fine. You should be able. You should be getting a push with that to free up. So Skitter's going in to 2 tackle zones now instead of 1.
Yeah, going to dodge
instead of 3. 2 tackle zones instead of 3. Now Skitter is only edge 4, man. This is what 4 plus dodge.
4 plus dodge. Yeah.
4 plus dodge. You've got dodge. Do you want to roll it?
Let's try it.
Okay, he gets this. He gets the stab.
Ooh,
dodge reroll. Dodge reroll. That's a 1.
Oh, into another 1.
Oh, double 1. Okay, so Skitter tries to dodge in, goes down. Ben, roll armor.
Yeah. Oh, poor Skitter.
He's okay.
Yeah.
He's okay. Now that does free us up. So we're now looking at something like turn 3. Your big star's down on the corner.
Yeah.
And
he's just rolled over.
I'll admit, so the Troll's pressing on the cage, but it's mostly goblins at the moment. Skitter's on the ground. I actually think what we do here is we just try and block our way out. So we've got Blood Shuka. She's got wrestle and strength 3. I'm pretty sure she can punch a hole. I don't think the cage is going all the way down. I think it's still, just about 2/3 of the way down the pitch. We're probably in your zone now, ready to maybe score on a stretch play next turn. So we move up the cage. Cheney is kind of free now. So he comes back across using movement 8 to join the pack, and the vampire is going to come over and sacrifice himself by standing on the troll. So the vampire's got the troll, Cheney's over towards the cage, and the rest of the guys are up into your zone, and you've got a stunned Skitter. Glart's going to get up, but he's movement 5, and he's on the wrong side of the pitch now.
He is.
So you've got a troll and some goblins.
Oh, I think this might be the time for the troll blitz time.
We're going to go troll blitz into the cage?
Yeah, I think he's going to have to do it.
I like it.
Put pressure on Bloodsugar, yeah.
All right, I'll tell you what. If you get your really stupid...
Yeah, we'll have a look.
You get the really stupid, I think he gets the push or the pow. Yeah, gets it.
He does it.
Gets in there. So the troll is now in the cage. Yep. Okay, he's pushed a guy, knocked him down, whatever. He's got claw actually. So I tell you what, Ben, roll us some armor. Let's see if claw plays off here.
Okay, it doesn't.
It doesn't. And you know what? The thralls are armor 7 anyway. But I just thought it might be cool. That might be cool.
Yeah, not a huge value of claw against this team, but
that's true.
So I've put pressure on. I think I'd use any remaining goblins I had to
get on the cage.
Just try and make dodge rolls, because with Edge 3 it's not easy. Okay,
so thrall's carrying the ball at the moment. So I think what the best thing to do would be to blitz whoever's on blitz or block whoever's on Bloodsugar away. Okay, so whether we have to take a thrall block followed by a Bloodsugar blitz, I think we can probably try and get out. Now,
what about, hear me out here, it's your team, what about Hypno Gaze?
Hypno Gaze could be interesting. But I think the plan here is to get Gural free one way or the other. So either Hypno Gaze or just using the Vampire strength and Wilhelm Jenny's strength to get guys off. And then you take use of that dodge and catch to get Bloodsugar out. I mean, I think there's going to be a dodge in there, isn't there?
I think so.
So, okay, let's take the dodge with Bloodsugar to get her
If you can make the dodge, you'd reasonably score.
Okay, hit us up.
Yeah, let's do it. Nailed it. Smashed it.
Nailed it on the 6. I'm pretty sure turn 4 we can do some fandangles, get that catch, get that dodge, and get her towards the end zone. I'm not convinced. I think it's a bit of a stretch play. So Ben, I tell you what, make another roll, and we'll say that this is either the catch or the dodge to get away. I think there's 2 difficult 3+s.
You got a 3.
It's a 3. I think 3+ for the catch, 3+ for the dodge. Gets out there, uses sure feet, and takes a turn 4 touchdown, in my opinion.
I think that's fair.
I think that's fair?
A reasonable course of events. I think if I got the stab...
I think if you got the big hit...
Dodge, sorry.
If you got the big hit with Glart, or the dodge in with Skitter, that would have been a real defensive shift. However, it's about to be your turn 4. So you've got 3 turns left to score, and you've still got stab.
I do.
Okay.
And so I've still got all my players except maybe I would have lost another goblin. Maybe I'm down a player.
Maybe you're down a player. I think you've got a decent bench, haven't you? So
yeah, I do. I think I've got 2 spares.
You're setting up with most of your guys. You might be down a goblin, but I don't think you're going to massively miss a goblin. I think we're probably both hitting about 6 players round about now. I might have lost a thrall. There was quite a lot of troll blitzing going on. I think we're gonna set up. We're gonna have our thralls on the line. If there aren't enough thralls, then we're gonna use Bloodsugar on the line and keep Wilhelm Cheney and the Vampire kind of as safeties in the back zone.
Makes sense, especially after Gutter scored last time.
All right. Yep. What's your plan?
Well, I'd probably be setting up similar to the first one. Have Skitter on the wing.
Yep.
Ready to go. And just again try and form the offensive cage with the 2 big guys.
Yeah, I like it. So, because I want your team close to me so that I can counter-strike, I'm going to drop this right in the middle of the pitch, in the middle zone.
Okay.
So, before we even do the kickoff, Ben, would you roll 2d6? Because we want to see how far this scatters. And I think if it scatters 4 or more, you get a touchback regardless. Oh my goodness.
Oh, wow, okay.
Alright, so the plan was to drop the ball close to us, have you bring that cage up and immediately allow us to mob the cage, not give you time to maneuver Skitter. Unfortunately, massive kick. It's either with your team or it's a touchback. So, and pop the kickoff table quick, Ben.
Cheering fans.
So
I'll roll a d6, we'll see.
Oh,
okay, good. Let me roll here.
Yep. Hit. That was a 6 for Ben. Hit us up with another d6. Let's see if you...
Oh, you managed to steal it.
Steal the reroll, so that doesn't give you the reroll. But you do have the ball. Who's getting the ball?
Okay, I think I would have... I'm not sure.
So you've got some maneuverability, you've got the big hand guy, you've got Skitter.
I think I'd pick it up with Skitter.
You'd give, yep, Skitter. Skitter's going to get the ball.
Just get it in position, because movement 9 on 7s is huge in anywhere you want.
Oh, it's absolutely huge. Now, are you going for a centre cage or a side cage, a launch pad?
I'm going to go for the launch pad again. It worked well last time. Let's do a side cage launch pad.
You've got the troll, you've got Glart, who can kind of be your supports with that. That's that and some goblins. It's a pretty defensible situation. The troll and the troll and Glart are movement 4 and 5 each, so they're quite slow. So you can get to support. They may not be able to reach the side cage, but they're right there, ready to defend it.
Yeah, I imagine it on the corners, and then you maybe got a goblin just poking at the front.
That is a brutal side cage. Okay, so what are we looking at? We're looking at a tough situation where our guys are spread out. You've got a pretty hench cage on the side, and you've got 2 turns in which to score. I think this is the point at which everybody dies. And what I mean by that is I think we've got a lead to bear here. Wilhelm stays in... Actually, there's no point anybody staying in the backfield here. I think we use thralls, we use everybody we can to just kind of get in the way of that cage, okay? So you're going to need to blitz, I think, to get yourself free. But because of the movement, you can kind of run across the pitch. I want to make it so that you can't score next turn. But you're going to have to fight your way in there. And then we're going to take a risky 2-die up blitz on the corner with Wilhelm.
Okay. Who would you be attacking?
Whoever was closest on the corner, whether it's Glart or the troll. I assume we can't quite get to the goblin to hit the cage, so it's going to have to be a big guy, which means we're going to go for the big block on a big guy, and it's going to be bad dice for us. All
right, let's say you're getting the 2 dice. You'd have to.
Well, I'm saying he wouldn't be getting the 2 dice. I think we could probably squeak out if it's going against the troll or if Glart's supported. I think we can squeeze a 1-die block.
Okay.
We'll take the 1-die. Hit us with a 1-die.
Watch out for the frenzy, though.
Well, I'm aware. It's going to be 1 dice into it. It's a both down. Right.
Do you have block?
No, but he has wrestle, and this was the plan all along. So Wilhelm jumps in there. He wrestles down your big guy on the corner, and then hopefully we can move in one of the thralls or the vamp to get in the way of the ball carrier. Okay, so it's going to force you to make some dodges, and we've got the rest of our guys kind of at the front of the cage to kind of slow you down. You've still got 2 turns, and it's a gutter runner, so I think it's very unlikely that you don't get this for the draw. What's your move?
So I would likely use the bash of Glart to try and hit the one that's a direct threat, rather than trying to make the stab attempt again.
Yeah, probably
more likely. So I'll try and do that block. So let's say Glart, he'll have an assist from a goblin or with Skitter.
Yeah, and he's hitting that. There's probably just a thrall in the mix.
Yeah, let's go with the 2 dice.
You get all the dice here.
And we'll get the power.
Push and a power, so knocks him down. I think it's time to roll armor. Let's see if this claw can do nothing because it's claw and it's armor 7 anyway.
But we'll see. No, he wouldn't have done anyway.
No, nothing bloodlusty. But you freed up the ball carrier.
Yeah, so I think at that point I would try and run down the side and perhaps do a stab on the way if need be, but it might not be needed.
If you stab and it goes wrong, you're going to have to dodge away, so it's risky, and he's your ball carrier. Would it not be better for you to swap sides now?
Oh, it could be actually,
because he's movement 9. Yes, you've got goblins and stuff.
I would have goblins at the back of the cage. You could probably try and...
You can screen.
Yeah, screen him up.
You can screen my guys, free him up, run him the other side, and then next turn, I probably can't get to you.
Yeah, I think that's a good shout, and that's what George recommended. He'd say use the goblin screen and attrition it, They're just there to be in the way.
I think, right. I mean, Wilhelm's on the ground. Bloodshooters, in the mix, probably isn't going to be able to catch up with you to make a blitz. Might be able to with a couple of go-for-its. But that's probably going to be the only opportunity. It's going to be at least a dodge and some go-for-its.
Yeah.
I think that's a stretch.
Yeah, I think I'd do that. I think I'd just swap straight to the other side of the pitch.
Yep.
and just stick some goblins in between, in the middle of them.
Goblins in between, I like it. So on our turn, the only thing we can do is kind of just get up, try and reposition around, so we're kind of towards the end zone, but it's not really going to be enough to take the gutter runner out, but it is going to be enough to force you to probably give us a turn 6 opportunity at a riot. Wilhelm's on the ground, so there's no point doing a decent blitz here. I think that's it. I think you get the turn 5 score, and if you don't get the turn 5 score, then we've got pressure coming at that skitter. Do you go for the score on turn 5, the easy score, or do you take the risky wait?
I think I'd score.
I think so. I think so.
Yeah.
So we're thinking that by turn 5 of the second half, it's 2-2.
Mm-hmm.
So
yep.
You're going to be kicking to me, and unless this is a riot, I think it's going to be a draw.
And I think a 2. Let's have a look. Let's see if we...
Defensive shift.
It's probably not going to be enough.
No, I don't think so. So we've got a We've got a choice here. We can argue about what will happen in overtime, or we can go to the game referee.
I think let's go to the game referee. I think that'll be interesting.
Okie dokie.
So, because I was thinking in my head, a 2-2 draw sounds pretty reasonable for this outcome.
I think so. I mean, it's hard to stop Skitter. You've got a lot of muscle, but this team is kind of less extreme but solid.
We've both got speed and muscle.
Yep.
And so they're quite evenly matched, and a 2-2 draw represents that, really, doesn't it? Where you're hard to stop them because of the punch.
Absolutely. And we played out some of the big plays to see, and they just weren't. The luck wasn't there. So let's go to the game referee. We're joined on the line now by our game referee, and this episode's game referee is Ian Warhannam Hannam. Ian, how you doing?
Hello there. Yes, I'm good, thank you. Yes, I'm slightly doubting my credentials after the last Super Sevens game, but I'll give it a go.
The good thing is, how many people online have just adored you for your dice rolls? And someone actually did say you need to burn the dice, and
Yes, I saw that.
Yeah, I think it's probably about right. Okay, so Ian, thanks very much for being our game referee this episode. Have you had a chance to look through both of the teams and the notes?
Absolutely, yeah. I had a good fun looking at those. Both quite flavourful teams.
Really flavourful, some great positionals, and you know what? We've got like another 30 lists that we're going to have to get you to look through at some point as well. So.
Yeah. I mean, not short on time at the moment, so happily.
Absolutely. Okay, so considering everything, and we're talking everything here. We're talking power, the cleverness of the build, uniqueness of the build, rule of cool, modelling opportunities. Which list are you going to give the tiebreaker to, and why?
I am going to give it to, drumroll. Sorry, I just hit the mic there. I was really excited.
What a drum roll.
To MarkP with the vampires.
Oh, fantastic. So what gave them the slight edge?
So I think it was a mixture of things. So it's kind of really honed in on the ball handling skills, which I really liked. So, I mean, you've got the Thrall with sure hands. And you've also got a bit of catch in the team as well.
Yeah, so, they've got the opportunity to make that ball movement. Yep.
So I mean, just from using a ghoul before, and we've got the ghoul star player. The kind of power of the handoff is something which you can't underestimate with his speed.
Yeah, speed, strength, and a stretch play opportunity.
Yeah, and I mean, having Wilhelm Chaney with that movement 8 and catch as well is another kind of outlet for that.
It's a bit of a powerhouse of a team. Awesome. So I'm very pleased with that pick, because that is the team I picked for this episode. So
good. And also, I mean, I think like Mark said on the notes, I mean, who doesn't want to play with a vampire, a ghoul, and a werewolf?
Gone for the triple threat, hence the team.
Yeah.
No, that's wicked.
Well done, Mark. Love that team.
Brilliant. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Game Referee. We appreciate your input and your help tie-breaking.
My absolute pleasure.
Wicked. Cool. Well, we will have to have you back on very, very soon. Thanks very much, Ian.
Cheers.
Well, thank you, Game Referee. So, the edge is given to the vampires based on the game's referee's decision. We pull out the win. Ben, good game. How are you feeling about that?
I think that was good. I think it's expected. I think a 2-2 draw is a reasonable prediction. I think overall, though, the vampires have a more solid all-rounded team. The Underworld relies a little bit on their gimmicks, more so.
They've got the gimmicks, but I think it's the movement. Their big hitters are movement 5. So you kind of got to bring them in, grab them by the belt, and hold them close to a brawl. And the speed on the Vamps team gives them that advantage to kind of keep their distance and still move. I mean, a movement 8 guy and a movement 7 with sure feet is basically movement 9. So that's 2 fast hitters who are significantly stronger. Skitter is fantastic. If you pulled off that stab to go for the upset, or if Glart had managed to take out Wilhelm straight off the bat, I think that would have been all that was needed to turn that to a 3-1 or a 2-1.
Yeah, exactly. The idea was to stab Bloodshuker and pick it up with the other goblin with big hand.
And go for the...
That could have been a real nuisance.
That would have been it. All you need to do is turn over and retain the ball. You wouldn't have even needed to score. No, it's a tight one. Fantastic. So that does wrap it up for episode 1 of Roster Rumble. Hopefully it wasn't just pure nonsense. Hopefully it was entertaining nonsense. And that is how we are going to Theory Bowl our way through this season. So that was game 1. We've got another 3 games before we go into the final. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be advancing the winning team. So triple threat from MarkP squeaks it out with the help of the game referee over the mean green from George Christodoulou. Tight game, good fun. Thanks for talking it through with me, Ben.
No, thank you. That was actually really fun.
Fantastic. Right, guys, we will see you in a couple of weeks. This is coming out in the off week between the podcasts. So we'll see you next week for the podcast, and then the week after for episode 2 of Roster Rumble. Thanks very much for joining us, and we will see you soon.